It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, for the past 3 years, folks, we've been enjoying a cooking show. It's called the Taste of Home Cooking Show at the Wiltsie Center. It's brought to you by our media partners, the Standard Speaker. Now, there's a lot involved with this. First of all, I was just talking to my good friend John Patton, who is the operations manager of the Standard Speaker. It's interesting. He said, well, John, you know, some people I know went there last year, they paid for the ticket, they came out with like more than what the ticket was, okay? John, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Thanks for coming on the show again.
My
Don't
pleasure.
think you're going to start naming the show the John Patton Show now, okay?
I'm available if you ever need a guest host.
I know. Every time we would do something outside and you know, say, boy, that John Patton, he really does a good job. So what do you mean? Now, just a second here. How's my buddy Paul Ross?
He's doing well.
Yeah.
He's doing well.
Please tell him, send him. Paul, folks, used to be the advertising manager. Now he's in Scranton, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have now Leanne Davidovich?
Right. She replaced Paul.
Things going all right?
Very well. Yep, very well.
Before we get into this, we've talked about this a number of times. Of course, we always enjoy having our media partnerships, and we try to promote each other as much as we can. But the interesting thing is, when we buy your paper on Sunday, right? I do it, my wife does it. The coupons, you know, when you look at the coupons, John, I remember I was in one of the stores and we, you know, took the coupons. We had to buy some things and I saved $20-some with the coupons. And I said, wait a minute, it cost me what is it for the Sunday paper?
$2, yeah.
$2 for the paper. Even if I bought it all week, I'm ahead of the game.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah. Oh, it is. It's great, and we do see, you know, we do see that. I mean, we always get that. And one of the big things is if there are, you know, if there's a paper that you know, sometimes during the course of the year there'll be a week where the coupons aren't as great as some of the other ones, and we'll get calls on that. And it is, people do. I mean, it really is something that's beneficial for the community, and a lot of people depend on it.
Well, I mean, you're making money really, you know, by buying the paper. All right, so now each year you have for going on the third year. Let's talk about this Taste of Home Cooking Show. It's at the Wiltsie Center, right?
Yep. November 7th. Doors will open at 1. This is the third year that we've held it up at the Wiltsie Center. We used to have it years ago, and we kind of went on a hiatus, and we brought it back. And it's been a you know, again, one of the things that people ask us about is, you know, being involved in the community. And this is something. It's a community. It's not a newspaper event, even though it's run by the newspaper. It's a community event. Mm-hmm. But one of the big things that we've seen is, and again, we move it it's at the same time of Taste of Hazleton, and sometimes there's confusion with the Taste of Hazleton and the Taste of Home. The Taste of Hazleton is a chamber-run event. It's absolutely wonderful. I mean, it was held this past Sunday, and it's where you get to taste the different foods of the Hazleton area. The Taste of Home is a national cooking show. It's put on by a national company. They're out of Wisconsin, and the chef is, you know, they move around the country and they do these shows. Basically, what we try and do is bring those people together with a lot of our sponsors, and we'll talk a little bit about them later. But you know, it's one of those events where we have the ability and through the medias like yourself is to get the information out to people and say what kind of event it will be. It's a cooking show. I mean, he's going to get up there and he's going to start with an appetizer and he's going to end with a dessert, and there's going to be 10 courses in between.
So that's what I would expect. I mean, if I'm going there, so it's open to anybody. I mean, you know, a lot of men like to cook as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So what would I expect? He starts off with an appetizer.
Yep.
And he's now. I guess they have different mirrors or something so people could see what he's doing.
Yeah. What we do is we have 2 big screens that are set up on either side of the Wiltsie.
Okay.
And then he's right in the front. Okay. So for the people there's not a bad seat in the house.
That's what I was going to ask.
Right. So what we do is, you know, you can see it on the screen, or you could see it. You can see him prepare. They're all right next to each other. He'll start with a dessert or an appetizer and go right through to dessert, and he'll have all the stuff in between. The good part about it is he'll start at 3 o'clock, and he'll usually go till maybe 5 or 5:15, and then he gives all the food away. Mm-hmm. So everything that he prepares will go to, you know, they'll and that's why we talk about the prizes that you get. Mm-hmm. He gives away every dish that he prepares to someone in the audience. Mm-hmm. So it really is, you know, at the end of the day, it's really a nice 3 or 4 hours, depending on what time you get there.
What will I learn from that?
Well, they give you the and he'll tell you this. They're easy recipes. It's not like you have to be a culinary expert to be able to do them. Anybody will be able to prepare them, and all the items that you have will be found in your store. I mean, we purchase them. We go to Giant and we buy all the supplies that he uses. So they're all here. They're all and again, easy to prepare. I guess maybe is maybe easier for some people than others, but they're not hard things to do. They're stuff that you can do as a basic, if you have basic knowledge of how to turn your stove on.
Okay, so one of the things, of course, men are, especially me, I'm slow. I like helping my wife in the kitchen. I mean, make the salad or clean the carrots or cut the celery or whatever, and I'm good at. But for me to start preparing, so when he's doing the appetizer, okay, do I get like a sheet that says appetizer is and here's the ingredients and this is what you do?
Yep, you'll get a book at the beginning and you follow along in the audience. So there'll be a program book that lists all the stuff that he's going to prepare, and he'll show you exactly what he did, how he did it, and then you can follow along. And so when you walk out, you could, if you're not lucky enough to win one of them, when you walk out, you could go home and get those ingredients, which you probably have most of them in your house to begin with, and you could prepare it right off what he did.
See, that's the fun part for me.
Oh, it is. It really is.
That's the fun part. So now I'm going there and I'm seeing this and I'm following along and it's, you take a cup of this and you take a cup of that and etc. Now, and you simmer it for so many, then when it comes to do you know what he's be making this year?
It varies. And usually what he'll do is it will be more seasonal. So what we'll do now will be stuff that will be coming up for the holidays. So that's why we have it this time of year. You're coming into Thanksgiving, into Christmas. So these are all stuff that are more, and they don't necessarily do the same thing every year. So people say, well, I was there last year. It's a different show every year. Uh-huh. So it really is stuff that again, he keeps a little close to the vest until it gets time to show it.
So let me ask you this. Do you cook at home?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. I like it.
Yeah. Did you learn anything from?
I do, and again, I could never do it without a recipe. So I think that's the kind of stuff that I don't just start whipping stuff up. But if there's a recipe, I'll say, okay, I'll try it. And I have, again, with this stuff there, it's when you leave, you have the recipes right in front of you that you can go home and say, I'm going to make this just like Eric made it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Be honest with me, John. So last year, what did the chef make?
There was like a chicken stuffed with like a spinach type thing and like a chocolate cake.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So did you try that at home?
Well, I was lucky enough to get some of them to take home with me.
All right. So you didn't run home.
I didn't run home and make it, but I already had it.
Oh, you already had it.
So I had some of the leftovers.
Okay. Have you made anything?
Yeah. I mean, again, those are the type of things where you don't have to do it just that time. You can pull out that book that you have, and then they'll allow you to sign up to be a member, and then you get stuff like that on a yearly basis. So that's one of the things that's included in here for the people who attend the show. You can get the subscription to their magazines, and you can enjoy it all year long.
Yeah, I think that's the fun part about like when Debbie's cooking at home or we're doing stuff. It's the preparation. You have to have fun doing it. It can't be oh God, I have to cook a meal. It has to have the fun, and I think that's what people get out of this event. Isn't that correct?
It is. I mean, it's a lot of fun while you're there, but then you have the ability to go home and try it, and there's a sense of accomplishment when you cook it, when you finish it, and it looks exactly like he did.
Yeah. And these people are noted people. I mean, I mean, is this a company that does this all over the?
Yeah, they have the gentleman that we have coming this year, and this is his second year, but the third year he's based out of the Philly area, so he travels around like the northeast part, and he'll do them up in Scranton or he'll do them up in New York. So they have territories, but the company is national. And what they'll do is the sponsors or the products that they use are national, and there'll be coupons in the bag for eggs and whatever else that they use. You'll have coupons for them, and you can find them in the store as well.
It looks to me, from what I'm seeing here, is that each year your attendees grow. There's more and more people coming because you have people who repeat, who know what it's all about. Mm-hmm. And so it's word of mouth, etc. You got to come. It's a great afternoon. It's November 7th, right?
November the 7th.
So it's a good opportunity for just to have a fun afternoon.
Oh, it is, and we try and limit it to about 500. That's where we're at, and because the Wiltsie Center is a great place, and we moved it to there for the simple reason that we wanted people to see the Wiltsie Center as well. So it's a great venue for us, but it's a great venue for people. But we like to keep the number around 500 because it really is, interactive. I mean, it's a show, but it's also, we do talk to people in the audience, and there's a lot of giveaways, and we could talk more about them later. But there's a lot of giveaways for people.
So how many people could you put in the Wiltsie Center?
If you use the whole thing, probably about 1,200. The downstairs is
You want to fill it up?
Yeah, we'd like to.
I have a solution for it.
Oh, okay.
If you want to fill it up, okay, just have me sing for about 10, 15 minutes, okay? If people know that Sam Lesante's going to be there singing, you're going to be sold out. You think you can handle that?
We'll look into that.
I'm talking to John Patton, folks. He's the operation manager for the Standard Speaker. Come back, talk a little bit about this great event, the Taste of Home Cooking Show, which they put on every year, and it's a lot of fun. Stay with us. We have a lot more to talk about. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. Remember, 24/7, you can watch all of our programming on ssptv.com. My email is sam@ssptv.com. My guest today is John Patton. He is the operation manager for Standard Speaker, our media partners. Great event coming up, the Taste of Home Cooking Show that they have. It's November 7th. Mark it on your calendar. The doors open at 1 o'clock. And we're talking about tickets here, okay? Well, that's two things. Number one, we not only get people from Hazleton, but where else are they coming from?
Oh, we get people from all over. I mean, last year we had some people come in from West Virginia. Now, most of them have ties to the Hazleton area, so they make it like a vacation, or maybe they come in for the weekend. I got a call from Washington, D.C., so we do get them from all over. The Taste of Home has a national following, so our show will go out to everyone who belongs to Taste of Home. Everyone will get that information. So somebody in, California may see it and say, well, I'm going to be in Hazleton that weekend. I'm going to go to the show. But we did that. So those are the good things about it. It is, I mean, we get a lot of people from out of town. Most of the people are from the Hazleton area, but we do get people that come in. I thought they came to see me, but
no, they didn't.
Yeah.
They'd come to see me, Joe.
Right, that's what I thought.
Now listen, so if I'm getting a ticket, all right, and I know I can't be there at 1 o'clock when the doors open, but I could be there about 2:30, quarter to 3 before it starts. Am I going to have a problem getting a seat? Are they reserved seats, so I know I'm on seat number 4 or 5?
Yeah. Yeah, and let me just take a step back. We have an expo that starts, so there'll be a lot of businesses in there. Doors will open at 1 o'clock. PPL always has a table. They're giving stuff away.
Okay.
We have a lot of vendors that come in. Our sponsors, Giant, Burger, Grand Central, Gould's, Yingling, T&L Pierogies. All those people, most of those people will have tables set up where you can get information. I know Burger's brought a truck last year, that kind of stuff. So that expo goes from 1 till about quarter to 3.
So they get things there too.
Right, so you'll get stuff. You'll be able to walk around. You'll get a bag when you come in, and your bag will contain all the door prize stuff.
Wow.
And then you'll walk around to the tables. There's samples of food. There's samples of desserts. So, you could do that. But as far as your seat goes, you'll know what seat you have the day you buy the ticket.
Okay, so if I'm calling you now, John, okay, and I say I want good seats, they call the Standard Speaker. Where do they get the tickets?
They can call me directly. It's 570-501-3505.
Let me write that down.
Sure.
Once in a while he answers the phone. 501. I'm only kidding. 501.
3505.
3505.
That's
now,
my direct dial number.
That's John Patton's direct number, okay,
Right.
folks. And you can call that number, 501-3505, to reserve tickets. So I could call you up now and say, John, I'd like to have reserved tickets.
Yep.
But you're saying 500 is really, a great number.
It's a manageable number, yeah, because we want everybody to have a good experience, and it really is a fun time, and we want to make sure that everybody has a good experience. So we limit it. We're right around 500. I mean, sometimes a little bit more, but our goal is 500. If we get to 500, then we've got a show. Sometimes we go a little bit over, and again, people, a lot of times what'll happen is when they come there, and because we give out so many door prizes, so many people win. A good percentage of the people are going to win something. So the good thing about it is you call up, you get your ticket, you're going to be in row such and such, seat such and such, and when you get there, we have a seating chart. We know where everybody's supposed to be. So we know who's going to be in what seats. We have people who will sit you. So none of that is ever a problem. We want to make it a great experience for everybody.
That's great. You know why? Because if I'm going to go with 3 or 4 people, we always would like to sit together. There it is. You got all, I want 4 seats, in a row, etc. Okay, but As I mentioned about your paper with your coupons, that if people took the coupons, it's that the paper is like not even more than pays for the paper. But when you're paying $20 or $15 for the ticket, you're leaving here with much more than what the ticket is.
Right. Yeah, we've had giveaways now. Again, it's the face value of the tickets are $20, but they're $15 up until I think it's like October 25th or 26th. And we've got a lot of people who've requested tickets, so we urge people to call and get them. But yes, 1 year PPL gave out a light. People in their Giant has food and they're so anybody who is a sponsor, you go to their table. There's going to be hopefully going to be something for you to give out and to collect. But in the bag will be all the stuff from the national company, which will include coupons for stuff that you use every day, eggs and butter and all that kind of stuff. They vary every year, but there's always good value in there. Plus, there's items that they'll give you. There's always something. Like 1 year they gave away a big jar of peanut butter. Everyone who came in got a jar of peanut butter. Everybody. So those things are, by the time you walk out, you've gotten more than you paid.
How about now? What are some of the door prizes?
Well, we have grocery bags. So during the course of the event, we'll give away grocery bags from Giant and from Gould's. So I don't know, maybe 20, 25, 30 bags we'll give away. What we do is at the end of the show, we'll give away the ranges that he cooks on. Yep. So we've had, and normally what happens is on Monday you see me deliver the range to whoever wins them. So we've done that in the past. There are 2 ranges. Yeah, we give away the 2 ranges.
And everyone has a chance of winning?
Yep, everybody who registers, when you come in, you'll fill out a card.
Yeah.
It goes into just a pool, and then everybody gets paid. So what we'll normally do is we give out the 2 ranges, and they vary from year to year. But there's a lot of people will give us door prize. Some of the sponsors will say we'll have this to give away. Sometimes it's potted plants, whatever. But we do have, again, probably 25, between 25 and 50 giveaways to people in the audience after they've gotten their bag of goodies.
Yeah, well, you got good corporate sponsors here. The partners here. Now, you've tasted Yuengling ice cream, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah, I interviewed Mr. Yuengling on ice cream because sometimes it said the same thing, and I said, "Well, who do you have? We have Yuengling. Oh, they're going to bring beer. No, it's the ice cream thing." Yeah. But guess what? Their ice cream is fantastic. Yes. And we don't have to talk about T&L Pierogies. Everybody knows about them. They're great, okay? And you have Giant, okay, great place to go. Gould's, my neighbor's down in Cunningham, Grand Central, Fairway. You have a lot of great people. Now, also, it's a community event. Not only bring people coming there and you keeping the community involved and exposing, our area, but you have Keystone Job Corps. What do they do for you?
Well, we partnered with them. The last year was the first year we partnered with them. What they'll do is they'll provide the people that are in their culinary, whatever their culinary students are doing at that time. They come up and they volunteer, and they get something for them to put on their resume. So they'll come up and they'll do all the work. They'll do all the prep work with Eric, not all the prep work, but they'll work with him. They'll do the prep work. They'll be on stage. They'll be the ones that handed them this different things, and so they get to learn what it's like to do that kind of stuff. Now, again, we're not preparing for an audience of 500, but they're performing for an audience of 500. So Ross Valente is great to work with. He really has it's been great to work with him. He brings them up in the morning. We do all the work there, and it really is. It's a fun day for them. They really had a good time. We had them last year. They didn't know what it was going to be like. But we have probably another new group coming up, and they, some of them can't wait. They told them about it, and they can't wait to get up here.
I know that's a day that you're working from morning until night. You're going all the. I think Ross was with you last year too. The both of you guys are cleaning up, doing this and doing that. Do you mind doing that?
I don't. Really, I think it's it's one of those things where we consider it a community event, but it's a lot of fun. It's fun to be there the whole day doing different things, whether it's setting up, whether it's tearing down, but the people come in and you see their faces, like when they're winning, especially when they win something. It really is great to it is. It's really, and we love doing it. We love to do anything that that we can kind of facilitate something that the community is interested with. With getting some of our sponsors together. It really is a good day.
It's a Taste of Home cooking show. It's at the Wiltsie Center, and it's November 7th. It's fabulous. All tickets are reserved. John's giving you his number, 570-501-3505. And honestly, when you call, if his answer comes in, he definitely will get back to you, because he also runs the newspaper down there. It's a little challenge. Come back, I want to talk about a few things other than the cooking show, but something that may be of interest to the community. Stay with us. All right, folks, mark your calendar. November the 7th at the Wiltsie Center. It's the Great Taste of Home Cooking Show, sponsored by the Standard Speaker and a number of other sponsors. The corporate sponsors are Giant Burger, Fairway, Grand Central, Gould's, Yingling Ice Cream, and T&L Pierogies. Now, there'll be, you're having a tab, right, going in the Standard Speaker. What day?
It goes in Thursday before,
yeah,
and it will have all our sponsors, including PPL, who's the presenting sponsor. They'll be in there as well, and it will have it'll have a background on Eric and some of the stuff that he does, and it'll talk a little bit about the show and how all this stuff fits together. So we usually run it Thursday or Friday, but we're going to run it Thursday this year, give people some time, because we do have a lot of people last minute who want to wait, and they say, oh, I forgot to get my ticket. So this way we do it on Thursday, that if someone really wants to get it, they still have time to get it before the show. We don't sell tickets at the door. It's just too hard. So everything has to be
And the only way they get tickets is to call you?
Mm-hmm. We run an ad in the paper. Yeah. They can cut it out, fill it out, send it in. We get a lot of those. You can call me, and that's the easiest thing to do.
And all the tickets are reserved?
Every seat is reserved. Yep.
So I know that I'm whatever seat I get, that's where I'm going.
If you come at 1 o'clock or 2:45, you're going to get the same seat.
But that 1 to 3 is interesting because all the exhibits are there, and that's a fun thing too.
It is. It is.
So the ad goes in the paper. Now the Wiltsie Center, we have a great asset in this area. Okay, John, I did a show up there a couple years ago with Steve Hahn, and as we all try to promote our area. You're the paper, I'm the TV, we have radio, etc. And to an extent, we're all competitors to a degree. It just so happens to work a little bit nicer for local television and the Standard Speaker having a media partnership. We're trying to promote our area and the culture that we have because we want to bring business into town. How do we eliminate the nonsense that goes on? And this is Sam Lesante, CEO of SSP TV, Samson Productions, talking to an operation manager, Standard Speaker. How do we eliminate the nonsense, people being concerned about jealousy and who does this and the Standard Speaker gets that and SSP gets that and who gets this? And how do we work together, John, okay, when it comes to promoting community events? Now, I'm competitive, and I know that what we offer is fantastic as you with your paper. How do we do that?
Well, I think a lot of this is how we start. I mean, this was, when we talked about the Wiltsie Center, we originally had this show at the Hazleton High School years and years ago, and we had it there, which is a great venue as well. I mean, a bigger auditorium, Yeah. But what happened was, when we brought this back, we said, we need for people to see the Wiltsie Center, because it really needs to be shown off. It really is a gem in the community. And so that's what we did. We basically went out and said, listen, we're going to put this event here. Is it a little tight as far as tables go? Yes. I mean, but we have it set up where and I think that's what happens is you get people together and you say, this is something that we need to show off. This, if you haven't been to the Wiltsie Center, this is a way to do it. But if you don't come to the cooking show, find another reason to get there, and really take a look at it. And you'll see that as these shows come up, we run them in the paper. I'm sure, those are the kind of things where once you go, you'll want to go back.
Well, I'm only hoping that who's ever in charge opens their eyes a little bit and knows that they have to work with everybody, because I don't want to share negative things. This is a positive thing. I'm just hoping that we're able to move ahead as we all did. 570-501-3505. That's John Patton's number, folks. You get the tickets. You're going to leave there with more than what you bought the tickets with. John, it's always nice seeing you.
Oh, it's great being here. Thank you.
So we're going to get cups called the John Patton Show.
I'm available.
Okay. Now, cups. These are our new cups, folks, okay? We're going to be selling these cups, and all the proceeds are going to a charity, and I'm going to tell you where it is. Also, the girls' cups. A lot of people ask me about the cups, but I don't have all that information yet, but we will have them. And it's going to be a good opportunity to help local charity events. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll see you next time.